I'm here at BTC 2022 standing next to the BTC steer. That's right, the artist decided not to put testicles on it, and I have no idea why, but it's pretty mean and menacing looking anyways, right? Are you coming here for Bitcoin 2022?
Yes, sir.
What are you here to learn?
I've been in crypto since like 2017. I'm just like specifically just trying to keep my mouth shut and listen to smarter people than me talk, you know?
Honestly, I just wanted to meet people. I swear, every time I go to a meetup or a convention, whatever it is, the community, the people, like you learn something new. You don't want to be arrogant going into these things because there's so many people that'll just check that for you.
I'm here to find my husband.
Is he lost in the Bitcoin conference?
No, I need to find a new one.
Oh, a new husband?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Russia.
All right. Are you aware that the two main companies that created white papers for Lightning Network, so Blockstream and Lightning Labs, are both portfolio companies of Digital Currency Group, which was an incubator started by MasterCard Ventures?
I did not know that.
Few are aware.
I was not aware of that. No. What is that? What's the impact on me? What does that matter?
Okay, so protocol. Bitcoin claims to be a fixed protocol.
Okay.
Satoshi Nakamoto, when it was released, said Bitcoin is essentially set in stone at version 0.1.
Okay.
Do you believe that Bitcoin is set in stone? That it was perfect the way it was implemented, or the protocol was perfect, or does it need to grow, and why?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I'm one of those guys who's just very lizard-brained about things. I see something like Bitcoin, I see an opportunity to make some money and probably hopefully get some stability. But that's interesting that you say that because is anything ever perfect the first time around anyway?
It's a good question. I mean, that's a deep philosophical question.
Yeah.
I like it. Very interesting. Are you, actually, this fellow here is quite single and a very popular Florida individual.
Does he have lots of Bitcoins?
This is a criticism of mine is that like the projects that come to the forefront are the ones that are backed by Andreessen Horowitz and some of these big VC, and you see these people and it's like, the project's just not as cool as this other one that I know about. How do you feel about like the real builders, the open source guys, the real disruptors kind of getting whitewashed by but this is a portfolio company and you get $1 million marketing budget this year?
Well, I think that's it, right? It's the marketing budgets, what you're talking about, because I've been in this space for a long time, probably 2013, and we talk about this as a Bitcoin convention, but I've been looking for Solidity devs for the last 2 years and engineers, and it's like being in 2007 trying to find an app developer.
Yeah.
The supply is just not there. The demand's far outpacing it. So, now granted there are a lot of bootstrap, guys out there in projects that may not be getting the love that they would typically look for, but they can make a lot of money working for those other guys, because if you're a good dev, a good engineer, you have a good project, people will see through the BS at this point.
It's like working in the Bitcoin economy. From your position, what do you think is your unique perspective?
It's a very interesting question because there are not so many women, and I would like to see more women in this technology, definitely. I think that's the future, so I would like to see more females on board and people who identify themselves as females to get on board.
Yeah, absolutely. Live in the exhibit hall here at Bitcoin 2022. It was really hot outside, so I am very glad to be enjoying some air conditioning. Bumped into a handful of old friends. There's a lot of old mining companies here. It's been nice rubbing shoulders with a few people. I even found a company that is using BSV to host their NFT artwork on the NFTs they're giving away. So now there's a bunch of BTC maxis walking around holding some BSV UTXOs in their wallets and feeling real cool about it. I'm here with Drew Bernard from BitStop. Runs 2,000, 3,000 ATMs nationwide?
About 2,000 Bitcoin ATMs nationwide. We're incorporated in 2013, and we started with the first Bitcoin ATM down here in Florida, and since then, it's just kind of grown little by little every year. And this year we'll put down another 2,000 machines, so probably 4,000 by the end of this year.
Big year. So, all right, so you're giving away NFTs. Cool peppy stuff. I like the old school. Like this is, I think Peppy was the first NFTs on Bitcoin counterparty stuff back in the day. Where's the file stored?
So you're right about that. First off, Rare Pepes is the first example of crypto art on a blockchain. They were actually tokenized on Counterparty, which is a layer on top of Bitcoin or BTC, and that's still going today, strong actually. It's actually going through a little bit of a renaissance. However, it's just a token. The actual image itself is kind of like the token is pointing to an image, and the image is stored in a variety of places, sometimes on central databases like AWS or IPFS, but we actually stored this NFT on BSV, bitcoinfiles.org, which is very, very nice and easy to use, and it's still Bitcoin for us, so it's truly a Bitcoin NFT all around. The token's on BTC or Bitcoin, and then the image itself is stored on BSV or Bitcoin. So it's a pure Bitcoin NFT in our book, and we use the blockchain that we use the blockchain as a tool, and whatever tool works best. And in this case, BSV was extremely appropriate and helpful for us to accomplish this.
That's awesome. You haven't been inside at all?
No, I haven't been in yet.
All right, what are you most excited to do inside? Is there something specific you're here to see?
I want someone to buy me land in the metaverse. That's the whole reason I'm here. Why else would you be at Bitcoin Music Festival? I love music festivals. Been to every major Florida one.
What's your favorite thing about blockchain technology in general?
My favorite thing about blockchain, probably the privacy for the users and the security for the people who use it.
Being able to cut out the middleman. Sounds like
Exactly.
for an artist, like
Exactly.
I'm picturing all the people in the middle that probably don't deserve your money, right?
Right? No, privacy is always the answer.
Were you aware, because you're new, were you aware of like the blockchain scaling war, any of that stuff going on from like?
No, but I've gone back and I read the Blockchain War book,
Okay.
Blockchain Wars. I thought it was an excellent book, and
Yeah.
it really helped me solidify what I'm really getting into and how it's very difficult to change Bitcoin.
I didn't like how it was framed that we sort of come across as malicious. By the end of the book, I felt like he was trying to frame us as bad people who didn't care about Bitcoin. Was that the impression that you got?
Us as in the big blockers?
As in the big blockers, yes.
I came away with the impression in the book that the big blockers were the suits, and they were the ones trying to manipulate it to get it to bigger block sizes to be able to centralize it a little bit more and control it more. That's how the book portrayed it to me. I don't necessarily think that I believe that 100%, but I do believe that bigger block sizes are not the way to go.
Yeah. So I was opposed to the suits, and this is why I was a big blocker.
Got it.
So Blockstream was the primary corporation behind it. Blockstream and Lightning Labs are two companies that are part of the MasterCard Ventures portfolio.
Okay.
Starting in 2014, they received about a $40 million seed round out of Silicon Valley to keep blocks small forever and create profitable sidechain products. Today, these are Liquid and Lightning.
Got it.
In my opinion, I look at that, I see that as a loss, that ultimately MasterCard Ventures created Digital Currency Group, which is run by New York Life Insurance and has advisors from the World Bank that make very powerful money decisions with the people that have that control access to develop Bitcoin.
Sure.
So it frustrates me.
Okay.
And so
Yeah, it's good you painted it that way. I hadn't really processed all that because I didn't know the players behind it, but that's interesting.
they always say that the victor writes the history, right? So
Absolutely.
My vision for 5 years is I'm really glad I invested in the blockchain.
So you see it primarily as a financial investment asset.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
For me, that's what.
Let's say you were to deploy a smart contract that allowed you to monetize some aspect of your business that people could interact with using their wallets, and you get paid, and maybe your vendors get paid, and maybe people get paid
absolutely.
royalties.
So anything that facilitates and securitizes an interaction, I'm interested in.
Is there anything you'd change about the Bitcoin culture, or maybe something about the Bitcoin culture that's changed that maybe you would like to see slow down or shift around? Let's say you had the hand of God 24 hours, what would you shift around?
I would actually create a propaganda machine for people to understand what Bitcoin is all about and the culture behind it, which is freedom. There should be a separation of as there's a separation of church and state, there should be a separation of state and money. And that's extremely important because then like governments can't take the money and use it for war or other hideous things. Like it's not possible.
Sure.
So I think there needs to be more propaganda for Bitcoin for people to understand the value that it brings.
For sure. What's your name?
My name is Satoshi Nakamoto.
Brilliant. All right. Problem solved, right? We did
Problem
it.
solved.
All right, cool. So you start with the fake Toshi thing. So I would like to hear, like, where did you learn what you know about CoinGeek and BSV or whatever else?
I have been following Bitcoin, which is BTC, by the way, since 2017. I got into it pre-fork, and I find it interesting, the personalities in crypto, and I just don't believe Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto.
That's fair enough. What do you love about Bitcoin? Like, what fundamentally made you say, that's something I really care about?
It's decentralized and unconfiscatable.
Is it, though?
As far as I know.
I wish there would be less tribalism in cryptocurrency. I'm afraid it's heading to the point of politics, where in politics you can't really have a conversation between both sides. Everyone wants to do the right thing, they just have different ways of doing it.
In the world, if BSV wanted to compete and wanted to be the new king of the blockchain, I hate to use the word crypto or the blockchain, then you would have to have adoption by a consensus of people around the world running nodes and miners, and the free market will decide that.
So is the truth a popularity contest?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes.
We are still early. And even though there are thousands of people in here who think they're learning about Bitcoin, we still have so much work to do. We have so much to teach these people about the real power of a scalable protocol that allows everybody on Earth to have predictable fees and a predictable experience in order to create businesses that can only be created with the Bitcoin protocol. And then I bring up BSV and I get the drama from people. They like the ideas, and it's the first time they ever heard the ideas. But then it's just the name association and those problems. So we really, truly have a lot of big work to do. And this is a good place to do it. This is our mission field. So I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. from CoinGeek.com, closing here at Bitcoin 2022. With all the drama going on everywhere, I'm getting attacked by birds and people and trucks and everything else. But thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. with CoinGeek.com, signing off from BTC 2022. I learned a lot here at Bitcoin 2022, but not a lot about Bitcoin. I learned a lot about people. I learned about what people care about. I learned about... I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. I'm going around the law. I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. from CoinGeek.com, signing off from BTC 2020. I'm losing my mind.
Do it live.
One more, ready? One more of those.
I'll do it live.
I am Kurt Wuckert Jr. hosting an arcade evening for the record books. $500 via hand cash to Sneaky Fist. Let's do it.
This May, in Dubai, the BSV Global Blockchain Convention will bring together communities and unveil new breakthrough technologies. You'll be ushered into a world of collaboration and innovation, where you can network with hundreds of expert practitioners, pioneer thinkers, leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Learn from forward-thinking brands and startups. Discover functional applications that enhance end-user experiences and create value and utility. The BSV Global Blockchain Convention is your gateway to engaging with scalable on-chain solutions and building long-lasting business partnerships. Turn ideas into reality. Propel your business forward. Join us at the BSV Global Blockchain Convention, May 24 to 26 in Dubai.
Life is short. Get out and get active. Immerse yourself in sound. Play hard and taste delight. Share your moments. Live a life of style. Activate your lifestyle. Shop your favorite brands with Bitcoin SV. Activate your lifestyle with CentB today.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Bitcoin 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.